Time now for some sports news. Well, Lagos Island has emerged the overall winner of the 2014 Ibile Games, clinching 151 gold, 108 silver and 107 bronze medals. While the final day of the Games, which took place at the Teslim Balogun Stadium, produced winners in the 4x100 meters relay and football events. Our sports correspondent, Austin Okonakban, reports.
With 151 gold medals in the bag, nothing could stop these Lagos Island officials from dancing. They dominated the games from start to finish with impressive performances in Ayo, basketball, volleyball, table tennis and athletics. In the final football event, Ojo local government beat Surulere 3-1 via penalty shootout to win the gold medal. Ibile is a Yoruba word which means culture, and the Lagos state government says it is strategic in propagating its grassroots campaign.
The talent identification, the athletes' discovery has been excellent, and perhaps also the performance of the private schools this year has been very encouraging.
The ultimate gain from this event is the involvement of primary and secondary schools. The students are glad they have an opportunity to compete.
These games, they actually help a lot, because the more of these games that we attend, and the more people start seeing the value of sports, and more children and more parents will also want to encourage their children to go into it.
Timothy Maduka, the most outstanding athlete of Premier Lotto, has come back here. He's done it. Young, bright talents. And my emphasis is on young, because that's the problem in Nigeria. We don't catch them young enough. 15 years old, 16 years old, these boys are running times that would meet any junior competition anywhere in the world.
A good grassroots sports program is still the best tool for talent discovery and development. Surulere local government is willing to give it more attention.
Actually, we want to use sport as a means of empowerment to reduce crime in our locality.
That says it all. Sports can do beyond curbing crime in the society. It can create employment opportunities and promote Nigeria's rich cultural heritage.
Again, the essence of catching them young has guided the successful hosting of this year's Ibile Games. Indeed, there are young talents in this country, but until we give full attention to grassroots sports development, they will not be discovered. Commendation should be given to the Lagos state government for supporting the grassroots campaign. And they're not stopping at this. Up next for them is the Southwest Secondary School Games. From the Teslim Balogun Stadium in Lagos, Nigeria, I'm Austin Okonakwan reporting for Channels Television News.
Outside our shores, a dramatic English Premier League season comes to its conclusion on Sunday, with Manchester City tipped as favourites to win the title ahead of title contenders Liverpool. Manuel Pellegrini's side will be champions if they draw or win their home game against West Ham United. Liverpool can clinch their first league title since 1990 by beating Newcastle, but that's if City loses to West Ham. For Liverpool, it looks set to be a disappointing end to an otherwise brilliant season. They are now relying on West Ham winning at Manchester City for them to be champions. And that's it, the sports news. The news at 10 continues shortly.
Now to the foreign scene, the South African Independent Electoral Commission has declared the official results of the 5th general elections in South Africa. The ruling African National Congress, the ANC, led the pack as it did in 2009, but lost some ground at the national and provincial levels with 62.1% of the national votes. Newcomer party, the Economic Freedom Fighters, made it to 3rd place and dedicated their success to the Nigerian girls who were kidnapped in Chibok. France and Germany have threatened Russia with further sanctions if Ukraine's presidential elections doesn't go ahead as planned on the 25th of May. This is because President François Hollande and German Chancellor Angela Merkel are fearful of the further destabilization of Ukraine. The two leaders also said local referendum in eastern Ukraine planned for tomorrow will be illegal. At the moment, both the European Union and the United States have already imposed sanctions targeting officials and companies linked to Russian President Vladimir Putin. Ukraine is currently engaged in an anti-terror operation in the east of the country to disarm pro-Russian separatists and remove them from buildings they are occupying in at least a dozen towns and cities. And finally tonight, being bold is nothing to worry about. A Japanese restaurant in the heart of Tokyo is offering discounts to customers with receding hairlines and encouraging them to flaunt it as a badge of honor. The pub Atasuke, which opened earlier this month in Akasaka district, has carved a niche for its customers' outreach efforts. And the main news again. The UN Security Council has demanded the immediate release of the abducted Chibok girls. The wife to the U.S. President Michelle Obama has said she is outraged at the Chibok kidnapping. The Nigerian army has posted 2 divisions to hunt for the Chibok missing girls. And France and Germany have threatened Russia with further sanctions if Ukraine's presidential elections on the 25th of May fails to go ahead. And that's it on the news at 10 tonight. Thank you so much for watching. From all of us here, I'm Olivia Macaulay. Do have a good night.